My name's Garrett. I own Dingo MFG. All my friends call me Dingo, so it just made sense. Shop is located in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I've been building kind of just by myself for the last about 7 years now. Kind of really got into building chopper parts in the last 3 years. I decided, I was kind of machining on my own in my garage for little spacers and stuff, and that grew into not just a hobby, but a profession. So I took on CNC machining as an apprentice a couple years ago, and the whole goal of it was to learn how to CNC and manufacture my own parts. I always had all these visions and just wanted to make them come to life. The whole reason I actually started was I got hit on my XS650 chopper, and I had basically destroyed my entire right side of my leg, including my hip down to my knee, and that was all shattered. And so I spent a lot of time just kind of sitting doing a lot of nothing. And so I wanted to do something with my life for my kids and for my family. And so that was kind of the big inspiration for starting Dingo MFG, was to do something for myself that I felt proud about, and something that my family would look at me and be proud about. My big inspirations has always been my father. I spent a lot of years growing up with him. He was always tinkering and building stuff, and it was just second nature for me because of that. We did a lot of Volkswagens, old vintage Volkswagens, and so he was always doing what he could to make the coolest little bug or bus he could do. I kind of follow where the work needs me, but I definitely, it's funny because a lot of times I'm working on bikes and stuff for other people, and I'm building choppers for myself, and that's actually where the parts came in. Was I wanted this cool part made, and I had this vision. And so now that I do customer work too, that vision kind of continues. And I just started doing a lot of sissy bars for people, and I was like, well, I could just buy this one online, or I just design my own. That's kind of what's cool about having this little garage shop, is I get to engineer it, test it, and then manufacture it. And it's kind of cool having customers come in, because it builds a lot of my ideas and lets me kind of show them that they're going to have this cool little piece that is a first prototype sometimes. And it just correlines with each other. It's hard to say, but it's just a balancing act between building bikes and making parts. Right now I do about 10 different parts, and I have about 4 other parts in development right now. There's a lot of just back and forth with QC and making sure they work and tolerances are correct, and especially when you get into front ends and stuff. I've been designing some triple trees for the last, before even Dingo, I started working on them. So having those prototypes out in the world, that takes a lot of time, and it's a big process. So when your life flashes behind your eyes, it's kind of like, what are you doing with your life? And I just kind of felt after the accident that I didn't do enough in my life to be proud of, and I felt lazy. And so that was kind of the big motivator, is when I almost lost my life and never got to see my kids again, was, what do you want to make out of the life you have? Yeah, you can find me primarily on Dingo MFG on Instagram. It's usually where most of the chopper stuff is, so that's kind of where I put my market in. And then you can also find me on dingomfg.bigcartel.com. You can see all the shirts that I sell, all the parts that I've been making, and services that I do in my shop.